to this talk show today, and welcome Mr. Jones Inti Kathar.
Thank you.
Welcome to Aphlc, welcome to Dima Hasao.
Thank you.
How is the weather treating you in Aphlc compared to Difu?
Compared to Difu, it is like paradise for us here.
So did you turn on the fan last night?
No, last night we didn't use the fan. It's so comfortable here.
But if you get too used to it, then it will be difficult going back to Karbi Anglong again.
Yes, it will be difficult.
Yeah. So thank you for doing this talk show, or you can call it a podcast with me. So directly I want to start with APHLC, the party that you are heading right now. So recently we had the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council elections, and APHLC could not manage to win a seat, but then it emerged as the largest opposition party.
Yes.
And it has done really well in many areas. And what struck me the most, because I have been following APHLC's movement and the rise also, mostly through social media, because I could not be in Karbi Anglong on the ground that much, but I have been observing it. But what struck me most was the activities and movement of APHLC after the elections. Because before the elections, we all know that all political parties and candidates, of course, the campaign is the loudest and the strongest just before the elections. But after the elections, it kind of dies down. Slowly, and especially with many opposition parties, that is a story. Once a party loses elections, then suddenly there's silence for a very long time.
Yes.
But we are seeing the opposite from APHLC. One movement that I've been seeing, which is happening, is which I'd want you to talk about. One is the demand for re-election. That is one thing. And simultaneously I am seeing that awareness programs is continuing all over Karbi Anglong. So let us start with that. So what is driving APHLC that even though you did very well in the elections, it's in the elections, Karbi Anglong autonomous election, it is like a debut, right? This time, APHLC as a party, even though it's a revival of a party, it's a very old party. But what drives APHLC to do the movement it is doing right now, right after the elections?
Why we have chosen APHLC, that is All Party Hill Leaders Conference, this party, is because it was this party which united all the hill tribes people in the 50s and in the 60s. APHLC began in 1960, but before that we had Tribal League of Northeast India, and that Tribal League of Northeast India composed of both hill tribes and plain tribes. We worked together, but it was under the Congress people. Congress was the leading party at that time, and most of the APHLC were also in Congress in those days, and so they decided to come away from the Congress and form our All Party Hill Leaders Conference. And at that time the plain tribes people slowly they went out of APHLC. So it was this APHLC which united all the hill tribes, and we demanded for a separate hill state because Assam government did not treat us properly. It is written in the book that Assam leaders were more than, they acted more than the British proud people. That's what it is written. And so in 1960, APHLC came into being and we achieved a separate hill state. Actually, it was a separate, not exactly a separate in the beginning, it was autonomous hill state. The name Meghalaya came into being after about 1 year after that. So it was an autonomous hill state. In autonomous hill state, Karbi Anglong, and at that time it was Mikir Hills and North Kachar Hills. At that time, these two hill districts were also in the autonomous hill state. But since we did not win the election from these two hill districts, Indira Gandhi, our honorable Prime Minister at that time, gave us option whether to be in autonomous hill state or to be in Assam. And so our leaders from NC Hills and Karbi Anglong, they were all Congress, and I think they did not understand properly what was the thing and what it will happen after that. They did not know, so we opted for, the Congress leaders opted for Assam. We did not join. And so we APHLC in those days again went to meet Captain Williamson Sangma. Captain Williamson Sangma was the president of APHLC in those days. Requested him that even if our Congress elected leaders did not opt for autonomous hill state, something must be done for us so that we will be able to demand our autonomous hill state later on. And so at that time, our leaders went to meet Captain Williamson Sangma in Tura, and Captain Williamson Sangma discussed with Indira Gandhi, Prime Minister, and it was this 244A, Article 244A was included at that time in 1969 actually. It was in 1969 in which we have achieved autonomous hill state. And from that, in that Article 244A, it was given that autonomous hill state can be given either separately or unitedly. These two hill districts can be given. Separately means it may be for Dimahasau and it may be separately for Mikir Hills. The provision is there, and it is important to remember them because it comes to the topic of 6th schedule when we discuss about that. Because in Article 244A, it is said that autonomous hill state will be set up under paragraph 20 of the 6th schedule. That means if we want autonomous hill state, there must be 6th schedule. This is the important thing. And so when we demanded in the beginning in 2015, we set up a 6th schedule implementation committee. With that, we submitted memorandum to Autonomous Council in Karbi Anglong for making laws under paragraph 2 subparagraph 7 of the 6th schedule. That is for conduct of election and preparation of voter lists of the council, not for MLA or MP. It is for the council separately. Council did not make, our autonomous council did not make Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, and so we filed a case in High Court. High Court also agreed with us and passed a judgment directing Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council to make the law under paragraph 2 subparagraph 7 for conduct of council election and for preparation of voter list for the Autonomous Council of Karbi Anglong within 6 months. Later again time was given within 1 year, and then till now it is more than 5 years now. The Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council has not made the law.
So now for APHLC, this is one of a big victory that you have achieved.
Yes.
That you won this case, you can say, in the court. Not exactly a case, but you appealed to the court, and the court gave a verdict in your favor.
Yes.
Not in favor of APHLC, I would say, but in favor of the people under the 6th schedule. But here's a question. So in the 6th schedule to the constitution, when it was formed, it was the provision was already there that the council can hold its own elections, it can frame its own laws to make the elections. The only thing is, in the first election, because that is obvious, the first election someone has to conduct. So the first election of the council was held under the governor of Assam. But then it is written in the 6th schedule that after the first election, the council itself can make its own laws and it can, frame its own laws and conduct its own elections. So what I want to know is, from you as an experienced administrator, you have been an administrator for a very long time, you have seen, you were principal secretary in BTC also, so apart from Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao, you are very much aware of the workings of even BTC. Why do you think the previous governments, while this provision was still there, why did APHLC have to appeal to the court? Why did not the previous council governments sit down and frame its own election laws and conduct its own elections? Since 1952, while the government has given us this power, why do you think till now we did not use the power given to us?
Not only the government, it is the constitution has given us the power to make our own law. Why the constitution has given us the power? Because we are given autonomous. Auto means self. You will have to do by yourself everything. If somebody makes for us, it is not self, somebody, then we will not have our autonomous power. So the constitution wants us to exercise our own power given by the constitution.
So right now the elections of the council are held under the Panchayati Raj Act.
Since 2012. Because of the MOS signed between the UPDS in Karbi Anglong and the DHD in NC Hills. Because of that, this is the one they have signed.
For those maybe who might not know, or maybe from outside the district, so UPDS, DHD, these were the militant groups who were demanding for statehood.
More power. They were demanding more power and autonomous state. They were demanding. They were demanding, and then if they said, if you do not give us autonomous state, then give us more power. So while we demanded for more power, we surrendered our own already existing powers. That means we got less power, but we thought we got more power. It is because it is written in Constituent Assembly debates in a book, Constituent Assembly debates in 1949. It is written, the tribal people do not know the nitty-gritty of law, modern law. We did not know. And so, instead of thinking that we got more power, but we surrendered powers. That means we got less power.
Which and we had already got in the initial...
Rather, it is shameful. Rather, it is really shameful for us. Others, general people who know law, they must be laughing about us, on us. So, this thing. This law was given to us, as you have said, this 1951 law, 1951 rules made by the governor of Assam. It is written here, for the first constitution of the district council, that is, it is only for 1 year. The first constitution, that is the first interim council in 1952. 1951 we got united. Yes, it was United Mikir and NC Hills, but I think we got a separate council on 3rd of November 1951 we got. And so in 1952 we interim council was formed, and after this formation this law has become what you can call it, it is useless now, it is gone, is dead. So we are asked to make our law under paragraph 2 subparagraph 7, and then all things that are written in paragraph subparagraph 6 making of delimitation of council, constituencies, and then composition of the district councils, and qualification of voting rights, qualification who can contest election, all the term of office, everything are to be made by us. Now, because we did not know, so the UPDS and
so if we had utilized these provisions, we could have made
our own
council very much stronger, and in a result we could have made democracy also much more stronger, maybe even stronger than other governments all around the world.
It is a constitution. It is constitution within constitution. See, Naga people are demanding for constitution. They are not getting. But they have given us our constitution already in 1949. 26 November 1949.
So many people have that misconception. Many people do not understand that 6th schedule is a constitution within the constitution of India.
That is the worst thing. And for us, for the people, what I want the people to know is, what is constitution? We know the articles of constitution, but we do not know the real meaning of what is constitution. And unless we know what is constitution, we will go on demanding constitutions.
Many people think that 6th schedule is a reservation.
It's a reservation and cultural thing, something like that.
It's a reservation for tribal people. So you were saying what exactly is...
it is written here itself. This I will read out for the benefit of the people. 6th schedule to the constitution is a mini constitution governing the administration of tribal areas of northeastern part of our country, that is India. And then the previous Chief Justice of Supreme Court, Muhammad Hidayatullah, has said, the 6th schedule is constitution within constitution. Constitution is a legal framework for constructing a country. So this Indian constitution, under this Indian constitution, India, the nation India, has been built or constructed. And for Karbi Anglong and NC Hills, or Chagma Hills, and for Khasi Hills, Garo Hills and all, these mini countries are constructed or built by this mini constitution, the 6th schedule. This is the thing. It is not a reservation law. Reservation law, if we want to make, we will have to make in our own council. But reservation also only for hill tribes, because in paragraph 20 again said that it is only for the tribes people. That means if we make any reservation law, we will have to make reservation law for the tribes people only. For example, in Karbi Anglong, or maybe in here, Dimasa is majority. Dimasa people are majority, and so the minority people, there are a few of the Khasi, for example, Karbi, and some Paite, Bete, and all these are minority. For them, reservation law can be made. That is what it is written here. When you say reservation, it doesn't mean that we will reserve for general people. No, general people, they have already got their own country. Bangladesh, West Bengal, Bihar, and all, they are big ones. We are small people here, a small area. So, then going back to why we form APHLC. See, we obtained an order from the High Court. The High Court did not ask us to make the law. Instead, the High Court asked the elected people, the council, the elected people, to make the law.
That means the law for holding elections.
Holding election and preparation of voter list. Voter list.
Yeah.
Here one word, legal term, I want to make it clear. Conduct of election includes preparation of voter list. Because without voter list, we cannot conduct a council. And so, we can use only conduct of election. It includes voter list preparation. Now, voter list preparation and conduct of election, the law will have to be made by us because we are autonomous. That is the main thing. Auto means sell. It is by you. You'll have to make. If somebody makes, then it is not autonomous. Now, we demanded for making of the law. The council did not make. It is clear that we must be elected first to make the law. The council will not make. The council ruled by BJP or Congress, they will not make. Previously it was, when we started this demand, it was still Congress. Then it became BJP. And so
when APHLC started the demand for, framing their own laws for conducting elections, so in Karbi, you are saying that in Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, Congress was in power at that time?
Yes, in power at that time.
Okay. So this must be around...
but it was about to go away from Congress at that time. Yeah.
So this is around 2016, 17, 18?
Yeah, 14. It started, 2014. In fact, our work we started from 2014.
Okay.
And 2014, they converted into BJP.
Yes.
Now, because they are elected, we are in democracy. That is, again, the word democracy is again very important here. Because democracy, demos, kratos, that is, demos means the people and kratos means power. The power of the people. Those who have the power of the people, that means those who are elected must make the law. So it comes to conclusion that unless we, the 6th Schedule Implementation Committee, or later on it became 24 plus organization, we had to convert into a political party. On 21st of January 2019, we converted this 24 plus organization into All Party Hill Leaders Conference, a political party for contesting of election.
Because the council was not following the orders of the High Court.
They are not following not only the order of the High Court, but they are not following the 6th Schedule itself. On which they are standing.
On which they are standing.
They do not believe or act on the plank on which they are standing. That is the thing. It's still now is the same thing. That is the reason why we formed All Party Hill Leaders Conference. And because we chose All Party Hill Leaders Conference, the reason again is that in the olden time in 1960, my father was in the APHLC. He contested election from APHLC. My brother was the joint secretary in APHLC. He also contested election from APHLC. I was at that time a president of Karbi Students Association in Shillong. I was in the APHLC. And so we really preferred APHLC because it was this APHLC which has brought 244A, Article 244A.
Going back to history there, so APHLC contested in 1962 elections.
62,
Assam Assembly elections, right?
Yes.
And if I'm not wrong, it emerged as maybe the largest opposition party. If I'm not wrong. How many seats that
we contested
APHLC
in
won?
1962? 15 constituencies, including at that time Lushai Hills in 1962. And so in Lushai Hills, all Lushai people, APHLC people won. Garo Hills, Khasi Hills.
So in 1962 Assam elections, APHLC contested in 15 seats.
Yes.
And they contested in Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao, then NC Hills also.
Yes.
But they did not win in these 2 seats. Right?
Yes, we did not win. My father was a candidate from...
Congress won in these 2 seats.
Yes, Congress.
So what was while I think Meghalaya to it swept, APHLC won in all the seats.
They got 9.
Yeah. And so what do you think was the reason why it could not perform well in Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao?
We'll have to tell the truth here. People should not misunderstand us in this thing. It is a fact. If you go back to the history, it is a fact. It's written in the books also. In a big book somebody has written, historians have already written. We did not join APHLC. Our people did not understand what is a separate hill state, and they were made to understand that if you get a separate hill state, all of us will be converted into Christians. That was the plank on which the Congress people fought in those days. But that is a truth. People should not misunderstand us. They can read the books about this. That was the reason. And then another thing is because we were ignorant, that's all. We were ignorant. We don't know what is our own country. Which is our country? We did not know. In fact, we did not know what is country. That is the thing. That was the thing. And so we, in NC Hills also, so far I know, GC Hojai contested election on APHLC ticket. And in Karbi Anglong, there were 2 seats in Karbi Anglong. One from Baithalangso, my father, Basa Inti Kathar, contested. And then from that side, Barelong Terang contested the election. Barelong Terang. But he contested as independent candidate supported by APHLC.
Okay.
Even he was also not so free to contest as APHLC in that time. That is from Difu constituency. Then in 1967, we had 3 in Karbi Anglong. We had 3 MLA constituencies in 1967. At that time, my brother Longsodar Inti Kathar contested from the Wothat-Langso constituency as APHLC candidate, and from Hauraghat, Bapuram Singnar contested, and then from Bukajan, Barelong Terang contested, and from Congress side, Dhoniram Rongpi contested from Wothat-Langso. From Hauraghat, it was Sotro Singh Teron, and from Bukajan, it was Soy Terang. And here, I think Joy Bodro Hakjar from Congress, they contested. And the Congress won. You're saying, we do not know what is our country. What do you mean by autonomous council? We did not know. That is a thing.
At that time, like J.B. Hakjar was in the Congress already a minister also.
Yes.
So, they were in a good position, I would say. So, that could have also maybe led to a factor of them, because they were already in a good position. They were holding a minister post in the Assam government.
Yes.
So, maybe they thought we are already in a good position. The future can be good because we are already getting minister position. What do you think? That
Joy
might be a factor also?
Yeah, Joy Bhadro Hakjar actually was in APHLC for some time.
Okay.
Yeah, it is surprising. For some time he was in APHLC. In fact, he presided over a APHLC meeting in Haflong.
That is in the initial period of APHLC?
Yes, APHLC.
Okay.
I think it was in 1963 or 64, like that. He presided over. But after that, again, he rejoined Congress.
Okay.
I think.
But then APHLC, in its first elections in 1962, it did not manage to win in Karbi Anglong and then NCL's present day Dima Hasao, but still it did very well overall.
Yeah.
And then their mission turned out to be successful because then they got their demand of Hill State, right?
Yes, Hill State. Even for us, they got for us.
Yeah, even
also.
for us also.
Yeah.
They got, even though they did not, we did not. APHLC did not win here. We did not vote for APHLC without demanding. We preferred at that time other parties, but still we also got the option, right?
Yes. We got actually not without demanding. We demanded, but those people who demanded were defeated in the election. That is the thing.
Okay. Hypothetically, because of course it did not happen.
Yeah.
What do you think if today Karbi Anglong, Dima Hasao were part of the Hill State, which is present day Meghalaya? How do you think the situation would have been? Like socially, politically, economically?
See, in NCM, in Meghalaya, you'll find all roads, even between the houses, it's all blacktop.
Yeah,
It's
that I
very
have to
clean.
admit.
Yes.
I have traveled
Yeah.
a lot all over
Yes,
Northeast.
yes, yes.
In Meghalaya, I have seen some
Yeah.
of the best quality roads,
Yeah,
and they're really maintained very well.
Yes, and all government services are given to the hill tribes there, except a few to non-tribal people also there. But mainly, I think 80% is given to the hill tribes people there, and so their economic condition is very good. You will not find houses with mud plaster. Mud plaster, that you know what is that? Bamboo,
Yes,
and
yes.
then
Here also in
mud
our district we
plaster.
have.
Yes.
Dimahasa we still have.
90% of houses in Karbi Anglong is still mud plaster houses.
90%.
That is 90%. It is standard house for us. Even our own APHLC leaders, their own houses are also mud plaster. See, but in Meghalaya you won't find even one mud plaster house there. All it is cement, bricks and iron.
If so many houses in Karbi Anglong are still, mud plastered, which is in Dimahasa also, by the way. But I'm talking about Karbi Anglong now. If it is so many houses are mud plastered, then what is happening with the PMAY scheme?
These are all half done. See, in Congress time, they, for example, I have seen, if you go now also you will find it, half done houses, one side and another half done in the same house, in the same family, not in the same house, but in the same family. One side is, what's that? Indira Gandhi
Awas
Yojana.
So previously, this scheme was IAY.
Yeah, IAY.
Started under the Congress. After BJP came, they have renamed it to PMAY.
Yeah, PMAY. You will find half done IAY house and another half done PMAY house in the same family. These are actually, those houses are for our tribes people is not at all fit to live also, to dwell also. So small and so congested, our people do not like that kind. It is fit for Bihar and UP, but not for us. But still, if they have done it properly, it would have been good. But now all half done. And so the main thing is that Baru, that is, let us say it is half done Baru. And in one way, we do not need even IAY or PMAY. If the people were given the strength, the power, economic power to construct their own house. See, that is the main thing.
Yes.
But what is happening in Karbi Anglong, perhaps in NC Hills also, in Dimahasa also, is that there is a group of people who says, what is to be done for the tribal people? They say in Tripura, just especially I used to go to Tripura, so in Tripura they say that bhatte maro na batte maro. Bhatte maro na batte maro. That is, we should give them to eat something, but don't give them power or the economic strength to get the food. The way to get the food should be closed, but they should be given food, a little bit. So now they used to distribute this rice. Sometimes. And that is also, this ration card is not with the individual family. It is kept by the BJP small leaders in the villages. And that's how they are making them poor.
That is happening in Dimahasa also.
Yes.
In a lot of villages, I have received also a lot of complaints.
Yes.
That ration card holders,
Yeah.
they do not have their card with
Yes. It is
themselves.
illegal. Yes, it is
Similarly
very
with
illegal.
job card holders also. Many maximum job card holders do not have the card in their own hands.
Yes.
If someone else is keeping them,
Yes, yes.
and when the money comes in, they're like, okay, you take this little bit.
Yes.
So people
But
don't
this
have
is
their
very
own card with
illegal.
them. Yes,
And our
absolutely
people,
illegal.
in fact, our people do not know that there is a law under which this ration card is managed. Our people do not know. Really, our people do not know. Even recently, one educated lady, she was telling me, we come to know that there is a law for ration card also, only by your speech. They told me like this. But if you ask the deputy commissioner and everybody, they have been doing all this law. This is, ration card is done under Essential Commodities Act, and then another newly made by Congress. So see, we must thank Sonia Gandhi. In her time, she made this National Food Security Act. Under those acts only, this ration cards, everything is distributed and managed. And under that law, some other people cannot keep the ration card with them. It must be with the owner. This is illegal, but we have not been able to fight about this. We have still much thing to do for tribal people.
So, coming back to the APHLC performance in the elections, I think you have not answered one thing which I asked you in the beginning.
Yeah, all right.
But you gave a lot of insights about the foundation of APHLC, how it started, its history. The current situation of APHLC after the elections, it is still doing this awareness drives. What you said right now, through your speeches, someone got to know, lady got to know that there is a right. Even with ration card, they have some rights which they were not aware of. So this is the work which you are doing even after losing the elections, continuously every day. And one more thing, which we are also doing right now, talk shows. So I see APHLC doing talk shows almost every night. So this is a question about APHLC, the team which you have right now. It looks like it is very driven, very motivated.
Yes.
How are you getting so motivated even after losing the elections?
Knowledge is power, we call it. And then the people have said, thinkers have said, knowledge is power. So if we want to give power, the real power, political power, economic power, all powers, then they must have knowledge. So to impart knowledge to the people, we'll have to teach them. We cannot go to every house, every village to teach them. Or we may be able to do, but it will take time. We are going to villages, every villages, but still there are many more villages to cover. But before that, we are doing talk show through this electronic media. This electronic media has helped us a lot. It started, I think, about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago now. We have started about this, and then people are always watching, especially the youths. No? They are watching, they like to watch mobile phone, and so through that their eagerness, their liking to watch, maybe they want to watch cinema, all these things, but along with that we are imparting them the knowledge on the rights of the people, and especially the rights of the hill tribes people. So this is getting very effective.
Yeah, I totally agree, because you know, even when I was talking to some of my close friends, telling them that I'm planning to do this kind of talks about Sikh schedule. So many were like, okay, that's a great idea. You know, we have to spread awareness to every nook and corner. But then what about the medium of language? And say for Dimahasa, for example, a lot of different tribes, the Dimasa being the majority. So out there in the villages, many people do not understand English. Some do not understand Hindi also, like proper Hindi. So you'll have to talk in different languages with different people, you know. I said, yeah, that's fine. Of course, we need to do that once you go to the villages. But I still feel that, like, even people who are educated, graduate, high school pass out, from Dimahasa, and I'm sure from Karbi Anglong also, we also did not get education about Sikh schedule. We do not know about Sikh schedule. We talk about Sikh schedule. We say Sikh schedule is our right. Article 244A is our right. But we did not get the opportunity to learn about our own history, about Sikh schedule. And that is why I feel, that is why we are starting with English language also. I know many people, it won't reach out to people in the villages for now, in the rural interior areas. But I feel like even people living in the towns, you know, first we have to get educated. Then each person who gets the awareness and the dialogue goes forward, and we ourselves also keep spreading it to other people around us. You know, I think it is very, very important. Many people, like I personally know people from my age, from my school, from my college, from here, we know very little about sixth schedule. I am also in the process of learning. I'm not saying that I know everything about sixth schedule. I do not know. It's a learning process.
Yeah.
So APHLC has been doing talk shows, and I've seen them doing it for the last 2-3 years. How many shows have you done till date? Even if you don't know the exact number.
In Retrd, we have done 284.
284.
But in outside, again, we did. In Hamren, for example, we did twice or 3 times. In Aphlc also, we did, I think, about 2 times here in Aphlc. And so in different places we have done, but not under that banner, without the banner.
Okay.
We have done that. So it is more than, I think now we have done about 290 now altogether. And we are going to do all the time.
And you're not planning to stop?
No, we won't stop, I think so.
Yeah.
The CM asked me in the beginning, this present CM, Tuliram Ronghang, he asked me, when will you stop? He said, we will not stop. We will go on doing. And so we are doing it. Because imparting knowledge, it is the responsibility of the government itself, actually.
Yes.
They blame us, they said many things bad against us because of these talk shows about, because of teaching the sixth schedule. I have told them that teaching the sixth schedule it is the duty of everyone. They can do it by self. I don't say that only I will do. We never said only the APHLC will do. No, let everybody do it. It is teaching. I said I am a teacher actually. I am not actually a politician, I am a teacher. I go on teaching.
Where are the places, what instances, when do you think we have given up more power, we have surrendered more power of the sixth schedule?
The worst thing that we have surrendered, as I have mentioned here, is this, the MOS 2011. In clause 2.5, the responsibility of conducting elections to the Autonomous Council will be entrusted to the State Election Commission. This is the worst thing. Because, see, in the sixth schedule, by paragraph 1, the autonomous districts were constituted under paragraph 1. Under paragraph 2, subparagraph 7, the autonomous district council have been constituted, and under paragraph 2 subparagraph 7 itself, it says how to run the autonomous council. There must be somebody to sit there to do something in a council, how to select them. So this is the fundamental power. Unless they do something in the council, nothing can come out in the district or in the country. For example, in India, if the MPs do not sit in the parliament and decide something, they cannot do anything. That means, then how to select the MPs? So that law, that is Representation of People Act 1950-51 rules, these are the main important powers there for parliament and for assembly. Here for Autonomous Council, the power to select and the rule to select the people who will sit in the council, this is the main thing. Without selecting, without the members, we cannot, nobody can do anything there. The council will be empty just like that. And so selecting the power, selecting the member is the most important thing. Now selecting the member, the power is given to us under paragraph 2, subparagraph 7. This is the main thing, the most important one. That is why the first law under the sixth schedule to be made by us is that one.
Yes.
Other things for constitution of village council, for land and revenue, for education, all these things comes later. In paragraph 3, provision is given to form village councils and then to constitute village police, all these things is there in paragraph 3. In paragraph 6, education matter. In paragraph 12, what is the what do the law of the central government and state government have power in us, in here in the council. It is said that in paragraph 12, it is said that whatever law the central government or the state government may make will apply to the autonomous council only after modification. This should be modified. What is that? Which are to be fit for us. If the laws are against the autonomous council, then it cannot apply here. For example, there's a scheduled caste, scheduled tribe reservation of posts and vacancies Act 1978 of State Government of Assam. It is said that it is the mistake of our MLAs at that time. When this law was made in 1978, our hill tribes MLAs, they made a mistake. They did not know what was happening there. They were unconscious, ignorant. And so it is said the law will apply throughout Assam. But if it applies throughout Assam, including autonomous council, then autonomy will be curtailed. And now what the government, the present government is doing just that. They applied this SC and ST Act, Reservation Act 1978. It cannot apply here because it is in 6th schedule. It is said that everything is for the hill tribes. Then how can now here teachers are appointed from outside?
Yes.
And then more, I think in Karbi Anglong recently 884 teachers are appointed. Out of that, only 55 are Karbis and 2 are Kukis and 1 Rengma. So the tribal people got only 58 out of 884. So the non-tribal people from outside Karbi Anglong and some may be inside, they got 826. Now 826, this is not the end. 826 you will have to pay. You will have to pay the salary. How it comes to
that
now?
Will come from the council.
Yeah, not the council. It is sent from the India government.
Yeah.
For tribal welfare, under Ministry of Tribal Welfare, for tribal welfare. Now, see, and then again that is 884. And recently, just recently, about 2 weeks ago, they have again appointed 461. Out of that 461 teachers, only 4 are Karbi people, tribal people. And so now it comes to 1,283 are non-tribal people. And so they get salary per month. Teacher's salary is 40,000 per month, per month each. So they get 5 crores 52 lakhs. 5 crores 52 no 5 crores 5 lakhs 20,000 non-tribal people will get per month. And how our tribal people, 62 tribal teachers will get only 24 lakhs 80,000, not even 1 crore. So how can the tribal people become rich or wealthy or just well off? No need to be rich or wealthy, just to be well off. No? To build a small house, decent house, a small car maybe, and then to be able to send their children to schools. For that, now at the cost of the tribal people, the non-tribal people will construct their houses. At the cost of the tribal people. We are not against them. They have got more than what we get. And then, so now, 5 crores, 5 lakhs, 20,000 out of tribal welfare fund. And tribal people will get only 24 lakhs 80,000. How will we be able to live? And that is the reason why we are too poor now. And then we are, it seems that there is some agent who make us to be, whose intention is to keep us always poor, so that we will be always dependent on them, and then they will bind. So through poverty, they will continue to bind us all the time, and that is what is happening.
Last year in Langthasa also, I think around 120 plus TET teachers were appointed,
Yes.
given jobs. Out of them, around 80 are from outside Langthasa.
Yes.
You know, only around 30 are from
Yes.
Langthasa.
Yes.
So, see, these are clear numbers. This is not a made up fact.
Yes.
These are alarming numbers. But the council, there are so many people in the council. Are they not aware of this fact, or are they working under the orders of some other power?
Yes.
This is one question. And then regarding the MOS agreement also, because it's so tragically funny when you think that UPDS, DHD and even the other groups, they fought for statehood. Imagine statehood. You know, we want a separate state.
Yes.
You know, we want a separate nation. Dimaraji movement was also there. You know, and when you went to the talks, so the government said, okay, we can't give you a state, we can't give you this much, but you take this much.
Yes.
You know, you demanded this much, we are giving you this much. But while taking a smaller share, you already are surrendering your power
Yes.
to frame your own laws and conduct your own elections.
Yes.
So if you are not conducting your own elections, because why are you demanding a state?
Yes.
You are demanding a state, a nation. You'll have your own government. You'll conduct your own elections.
Yes.
The power of conducting your own elections was also given away.
Yes.
Like how now jobs are being given away, you know. So what do you think? It looks like this kind of agreement. Why would people who are fighting for a state, why would they put this kind of agreement in the, you know, put it down in words? It looks like this agreement, this clause was put by, not by the tribal people.
Yeah.
So do you think the DHD and UPDS people who fought for statehood, they were misguided, or they were tricked?
They were misguided. We even suspect that some of the extremist groups were actually initially instigated to be formed by some agents, some agencies. Maybe the agencies are well known to the government. In order to curtail the main aim of forming those extremist groups is to curtail the power of the sixth schedule by themselves. It is like masor telere mas bhaja. In Assamese people we used to call masor telere mas bhaja. Let the tribal people themselves curtail their power. That is the reason.
Yeah.
Because it is autonomous. The parliament cannot abolish the sixth schedule. See, it is a constitution. If they want to abolish, if they try to abolish the sixth schedule, they'll have to abolish the constitution of India itself. So they cannot do that. They do not.
So the only way to reduce the power of sixth schedule to the constitution is when the people of sixth schedule themselves they demand that strike this off, take this off, then slowly we cut all the provisions.
Yes. See, it is very...
And that is happening, they are taking advantage through all the agreements that we are doing with them.
Even from 1995, when ASDC made the MOU in 1995, even there, see, land law, and now I think I will reply to you what you have said now, first of all. That is, see, in sixth schedule itself, you have been given the law to make to constitute how many constituencies and what kind of law. Why do you need to go to Delhi to demand for that there should be 40 seats, 40 constituencies? I mean, they have given us the power to make in Aphlc itself. No need to go to Delhi, because in sixth schedule, the Prime Minister of India has got no power. How will they make there? And so they take our own people there. This masor telere mas bhaja.
Cooking us with our own oil.
Yes, yes, that is it. But it is shameful for us now. And now we are realizing it, so it is shameful. In 1995, see.
The MOU with the ASDC.
MOU, yeah, people do not understand about that particular law.
Because here we talk about the ASDC keeps on saying that through the MOU we brought so many departments.
Yes, so many departments. Yeah.
So that was a huge win for us.
Departments. But departments are not powers. See, that is the thing. But ASDC people thought the departments are powers. Departments are not powers. Powers are the law and rules which manages the departments. See, and so in the MOU also it is said, somewhere it is said, no, here, I think it is here, they shall have power to make laws with respects to all these 30 departments. It is written MOU of 1995. So making the law is the main duty to be done by ASDC at that time. But in ASDC there were some people who are against the ASDC itself, actually, who are against the tribal people itself. And so when this MOU was signed, a clause was included for the benefit of the non-tribal people. It is alienation of land. And then again another, that is panchayat is also included, but that is a different thing a little bit. But in clause O, alienation of land, we do not understand what is alienation of land. If they say against alienation of land, it would have been all right. But the word against had been omitted at that time. And in fact, it was not necessary because it is a constitution. It is not reservation of land. 6th schedule is not a law for reservation of land. It is a constitution. It is for building a country, a mini country. Now, what is this? Actually, if you go back to history, then it is you will have to look. You can see in the internet now. If you look at that Sitimon Sawian case, Sitimon Sawian case fought in Supreme Court and High Court. A group of non-tribal people, his wife was Khasi. He started selling land of the Khasi people to the non-tribal people, and the Khasi Khasi Council, Autonomous Council rejected it, did not give the approval to sell the land, and so he went to High Court. High Court says that you cannot sell the land of the tribal people because in paragraph 3 there is no word of transfer of land or alienation of land. Only allotment, occupation, use and setting apart of land. These powers are with the Autonomous Council, and the rest everything is Council's power. Selling, alienation of land. Alienation, when we talk of alienation of land or transfer of land, means transfer from tribal people to non-tribal people. This is it cannot have the Council does not have the power. Do you think India, Constitution of India, in the Constitution of India, is there any power mentioned in the Constitution of India that the land of Indian can be transferred to the Chinese people or any foreigner, Pakistan or Bangladesh? Is there anything? Is not. It is not written because the law itself, it is for Indian people. The land is. So the question of transfer does not arise at all. And so in 6th schedule also, the power to transfer land to non-tribal people does not arise at all. The question does not arise. Now, what did the MOS say? Alienation of land. See, And that means they surrendered their power under paragraph 3. But ASDC people thought that we got more power. Again, it is shameful. Is it not so? So that is how it is happening to us. We do not know this. It is written in the constituency debate. I think I have spoken. The tribal people do not know the nitty-gritty of modern law. We do not know. By alienation of land, we surrendered everything. And those people who were those relatives or the people of that Sitimon Sawian's relatives were there in the ASDC at that time. In the garb of CPIML. Very funny. But not tribal people they are. So they included this. And there was a success for them. And after that, you remember, every one of our very shamefully, and we regret like anything, after signing this, they were made to fight among the CPIML and then the ASDC, and they broke down. And so they could not make any law at all. Even
ASDC was broken into two factions.
Yes, two factors after that, because those people who joined the ASDC at that time, their objective was already achieved by including that clause O. So ASDC is not required at by that time. So let them fight and break. So they fought and broke. We are very sad actually. I was also so to say supporter of ASDC, although I was in the government. I like it very much in those days. We used to be proud of it, but they fought, and without making any law at all, they finish off by themselves. See, this is also again masor telere mas bhaja again.
So you know, the people who sit in the council have been sitting in the council from different parties. Like many parties have come and formed a council. ASDC is one. Now there is BJP. Earlier it was Congress. Till now they have not implemented the powers of the 6th schedule fully.
Yes.
So there is always this challenge where the state government and central government is, you know, looming large over us.
Yes.
As a political party, APHLC, it has contested in elections now, you know.
Yeah.
And when you contest in elections, obviously your aim is to one day form a government.
Yes.
So APHLC being a regional party, you can say,
yes.
It can have ambitions to become a national party also,
yes.
But for now it's a regional party. So tomorrow, if suppose APHLC comes to power in the councils under the 6th schedule, what are your plans? How are you going to tackle the state government and central government?
Well,
how will you not buckle under the pressure? My question is coming from the fact that you're not just today an APHLC president, party president, you are also an ex-administrator, you are an ex-IAS, so you have seen the Assam administration closely, you have seen how the bureaucracy works, how the Assam government works. So, you know, right now in Karbi Anglong, Dima Hasao, this is the thinking that they are spreading, especially among the voters. Ki, you know, like, see, there is no point in voting for a party which is not in power in the state and in the center, because you won't get benefits. Even if you vote for a different party in your district, in your council, the state government, if it is under BJP or Congress, you know, they will create problems for you. So you won't be able to survive. They will not do your work. They will not give you funds. This is what they are. That's the biggest concern. They will stop funds. So what do you have to say to those kind of doubts that people have in mind?
If we work very honestly and sincerely, really, why should we not win? We are fighting on law. On the basis of our law that is given to us, given to Indian people. We are also purely Indians. Yes, we were not Indian earlier. That is long ago. That is that is before the Treaty of Yandabu. Yes, we have become Indian in 1826 on 24th of February when the Treaty of Yandabu was signed. Then the British government took everyone under Indian government. Since then we are Indians and we are good Indians. I say we are good Indians. We are fighting not with arms, not with weapons. Our own weapon is only the law and our votes. Now I believe the Indian people, the Prime Minister, the President, the Chief Minister, everyone, that they have sworn during oath taking that they will protect the Constitution of India. That is including the 6th schedule, because it is a part of the Constitution, 6th schedule, yes. So they will protect it. So first of all, we have faith in them. And we also have faith in our High Court and Supreme Court and all other courts, that they will protect and yes, they will protect the Constitution, they will work under the Constitution. We are fighting under the Constitution. And so we believe that they will agree with us. First of all, we'll have to say that we are really, not only to say, but we must from our heart, we must say that we are really good Indians. First of all, that is what we are trying to do and we are trying to say. Only because our appearances are a bit different. So different in the sense that we are all Mongolian people. So North Indian people think that we are something else. They call us chinky, this and that thing. But I think the time will come that they will accept us also as pure Indians. And what we are fighting for, that is fighting is only for under the law. Now, why I am saying all these things is that during Constituent Assembly debates, Kuladhar Choliha, Rohini Kumar Chaudhary and some others, they opposed the making of 6th schedule very much, saying that we would become tribal, tribal stan and communistan, this and that thing, will go towards the Chinese, all this kind of thing. But we are not like that type of thing. We are under the Indian government. We are in Indian now. The territory of a country may change, may expand or may subtract also sometimes. It doesn't matter. And so we think that we will be able to win. And if, as our law has said, that we can go, if the state government or India government do not agree with us, do not want to give our due share of the income of the government, wealth of the government, then we can go to High Court and Supreme Court. And that's what we have done. Instead of coming out to the streets and fighting, burning houses, this and that thing, we didn't do that. We went to High Court. And next time, if necessary, we will go to Supreme Court. And another Supreme Court lawyer also have already, in fact, I can say the name also, that is Vijay Hansaria himself has suggested last time during a seminar at Difu, that we have 10 autonomous councils under the 6th schedule. Why don't we join together and work? Join together and work under the Constitution. We are not going to rise in rebellion. This is gone. Through rebellion, we cannot achieve anything. So that is what we are trying to do. And if we utilize the wealth of these three districts, hill districts, properly, I think with the wealth itself, we will be able to manage our councils. See?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because we have got uranium, we have coal, cement, oil, every trees, and sufficient, plenty of rice, paddy. We have got, especially in Karbi Anglong. See, we have got all things, whatever is available in other parts of India, we all have here.
You know, I think we, Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao together, we have more natural resources than one of the most developed nations in the world, which is Singapore.
Yes.
I think we have far more resources than a country like Singapore, which is one of the most developed, economically developed country in the world.
You look at Israel. I was in Israel. Yes, I went there also. Israel, all land, it is all stone and sand. But one of the richest country, because they, whatever they did, whatever resources they have, they manage it properly. Now, and moreover, India will not just throw us out, just destroy us. I think they will not destroy us. Yes, a section of the people there, I think they want to destroy our culture. That is a bit serious thing, but we are aware of that. We will not fight with arms about this, but we will have to fight honestly through law, legal means. And so I think that even just look at Mr. Kejriwal, that is a different political party, AAP, but because Kejriwal, Honorable Kejriwal, he has managed his state properly. That's why he has been able to run whatever he has got. He has run with that fund honestly and properly. And so I think this is one of the best administered area in Delhi at present in India. I think we can do the same thing here.
And as if we are actually believers of true democracy, the whole idea of democracy and a multi-party system which we have in India, which is true democracy, a multi-party system, so that actually gives the provision to have governments with different parties which can form, you know. If the idea which is now being spread, which I mentioned earlier, कि मतलब government select करना है तो central, state, district, council का, it all has to be same, then the idea of democracy dies there. If we think, okay, if another party comes to power in the council, the state government won't help because another party is ruling there. The idea of democracy is dead.
And autonomy is dead.
Autonomy is dead.
This autonomy is taken away through the back door. Now our autonomy is taken away through the back door, actually, through the manipulation mechanism of this was that national party high command. Now because of high command, as you have asked, actually I did not reply. They said that our present councils, autonomous council, they are not autonomous anymore. They work under the BJP high command. High command because they are bound, actually legally they are bound because they have done illegal thing earlier. They were made to do, I think, illegal thing earlier by the extremist groups. They had so many heinous crime. So those heinous crimes, with those heinous crime, they are being bound all the time. So they cannot make the law or they cannot do anything. Maximum 15 years they will be allowed to do. So far I know, 15 years. BLT people, they were given 15 years. I knew it. I told our friends in Kokrajhar, they will be winning election for 15 years and after that they will not win because the election is made to be won there also. So the same thing in NC Hills and Karbi Anglong, they will be there for 15 years maybe at the most.
So the sixth schedule binds all of the different councils that we have and all the different sixth schedule areas that we have. In particular areas we have our own amendment, we have had our own amendments, right? For example with the UPDS, DHD. But still changing the sixth schedule, modifying, you know, amending sixth schedule in one area can lead to future amendments in all the areas. That is the danger, right?
That is.
For example, that is now I want to come to the recent agreement again in Karbi Anglong. So many people think, okay, it has not happened in Dima Hasao, we are safe. Many might be thinking in say Meghalaya, we are not concerned, or in Mizoram,
yes.
you know, where we have 6 schedule and councils. But I want you to address some of the problems that you have with the recent accord.
The recent accord, I think it is the worst accord, I think, in Karbi Anglong. I mean, so far we know this is the worst accord. For example, 6 schedules say in paragraph 20 it is tribal area. It is only for the tribal people. The area itself is tribal area. That means, in fact, the word tribal area has been used.
It was called a tribal area because it was majority of the people residing were tribals.
Yeah, tribes,
right?
Yeah, tribes, yeah. But the reason behind is more than that. If we were totally independent, the name of the area would not be tribal area. Maybe it will be like a Mongolian area, Mongolian country. It will say not area, country. Mongolian country, it may be, because we all belong to Mongolian people. It may be like that. But because we are, the 6th schedule is a mini constitution, a constitution within constitution, that is an independent, so to say, an independent country within an independent India country. So we are called tribal area. It means, actually, the meaning is that it is a tribal country, but it is not say tribal. I mean, it is, the word country or nation is not used. Now, therefore, what you have been asking me, what was you asking me just now?
The accord, the problem with the accord.
Yes. Now the accord. See, the accord itself, from the preamble itself, it is not good, the preamble itself. Because before the signing of this, the India government and some government were saying that it will be, this accord will include all the extremist group of all tribes. It was said like this. But when it was signed, it was only Karbi. In the preamble itself, every word Karbi. We are suspicious about that. When we say only Karbi, what about the Kuki? What about the Rengma? What about the other people residing in our place? They also have got their extremist groups. Why have they not done anything for them? The intention is that it is a subtle way of doing to make the other tribes people discontent with the Karbi people. That we are thinking only of Karbi. This is what one point. The preamble itself, it hurts the feeling of the other tribes. We APHLC people do not want to hurt the feelings of any other tribe. We are equal. We said we are all tribes people. We are equal. That's what we are saying. We have got
to create discontentment among the tribes.
Yes, among the tribes. Enmity. That is to create enmity among ourselves. So that is the preamble. And starting from the clause 1 itself, everything is against the tribal people, against autonomy of the tribal people. See, and clause 2.3, under clause 2.3, under clause 2.3, 10 constituencies will be given to non-tribal people. And
it is mentioned open seats.
Yes, open seats.
They did not say non-tribal, but what do you mean by open seats?
Yes, we will not win there.
What is open seats?
Yes, open. That means open up. The meaning is that 6th schedule has closed for us. It has opened. That means it is all tribal people. Now it is not tribal people. That means, in fact, the area of the 10 constituencies will be out of tribal area. That means part of Karbi Anglong will be cut out of Karbi Anglong district.
The provisions are being made.
Made already.
To do that.
Yes, to do that.
This clause is a provision.
Yes, it is provided.
For in the future.
Yes, in future. No, it will happen. It will happen. In the meantime, the non-tribal people will get the benefit of tribal people. All the fund which will come for tribal people, the non-tribal people will take in the 10 constituencies and in other also, of course, but in 10 constituencies they will outright take. See, MSC and one MSC is in charge of one constituency in everything. What is happening is that for getting land pata, land lease, land pata, the recommendation of MSC is required. Now, the tribal people living in that non-tribal constituency now will have to take permission from non-tribal person to get his land. See, previously he was the owner of the land. Now he is the servant of a non-tribal man. Now, see, gone already. Our people did not realize. And another thing. Clause 2.9. Under 2.9, the whole administration of Autonomous Council of Karbi Anglong will be taken over by Deputy Commissioner. Then what do our foolish people, our ignorant tribal leader thought that, we will have control over Deputy Commissioner also. But where is that written? That Deputy Commissioner will be under the control of the council? Where it is written? It is nothing there. And how do the deputy commissioners work? See, I was also deputy commissioner. When anything complicated comes, we immediately we ring up the chief minister, not other cabinet minister. Directly the chief minister. That such thing is happening. Shall I do like this? We'll ask the approval of the chief minister over phone. If the CM says yes, you can do, we'll do immediately. That means that the council will be administered by the chief minister.
Yes, through the DC.
Through the DC. If it is administered by the chief minister, it is no more autonomous district. See, this is that. What is happening? Now it is going to happen.
This is something which is already happening in the BTC.
Yes, in BTC, they are in a very bad position now. They are a bit ashamed to speak out, but they are in a very bad position. The CM, EM are just sitting like that.
So the Bodo Accord was also a failure in that sense.
Yeah, totally. We knew it very well. I was DC there, so I knew it. I told them, this is you are going to break your own thing. And we are saying against it, because against BTC also, because it is going to affect to us. We knew it.
I saw a statement of, I think, CM Pramod Boro, I think, where he was trying to defend this.
Yes.
He was saying, a lot of corruptions do happen. So, DCs will be given to, they will monitor, so that all the works are done properly. I thought that was a very irresponsible statement to make. What are you saying? You are saying that even after getting power, after getting 6th schedule and council, you are saying that we people are not, we are corrupt.
Yes,
we are not able to take care of ourselves. We need someone else, someone who are not like us, tribals. They are not corrupt. We need them to monitor us.
Yes. This is a foolish thing.
Indirectly, that is the thing that you are saying, admitting that we are corrupt. We cannot control, inefficient. We cannot run administration.
Yes. So really, if they are inefficient, then they need not have their autonomous council. Actually.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It is useless. They cannot. But for us, all DCs are not uncorrupt. Some DCs have been arrested and they are in jail. It's the same thing. All people are the same thing. Only because if we are good, if we will have to be good from our heart only, then we will be able to administer the country or our district.
This is one thing which I also opposed in an MSc, something which is that under the new government, this new BJP government that is after 2021 last year. So now they are doing cabinet meetings also. They did one in Aphlc also. But before the cabinet meeting also, the chief minister and then even some other ministers are also slowly coming. And in council, they are doing review meetings. So the chief minister is coming,
Yeah.
sitting in the council, in the CEM's chief executive member seat, and doing review meeting. You know, I thoroughly oppose this.
Yeah.
What do you mean by review meeting? Okay, so you are saying someone else is coming here, might be the chief minister, but still it is coming to an autonomous area. Autonomy.
Yeah.
You have been stressing that word,
Yeah,
na?
yeah.
So they are coming here and saying ki, okay, you have your council, you are getting this much funds, you are doing this taking up this work, but I want to review.
Yes.
Show me, how are you doing it? Are you doing it properly? What is it? Whatever. So if we need someone to review us, where is our autonomy?
Yes.
You know, and sitting in council, if we are being reviewed by Assam government, where is our autonomy?
Yeah. We should be able to review ourselves,
Yes.
our own works.
Yes.
And if you say that we need a DC, then why don't you appoint some officer in place of DC to work to look after this, to do all to stop, to prevent corruption? They can appoint or entrust an officer or all the officers of the council. They are responsible to prevent corruption. Is it not so? All the secretaries, principal secretaries and all.
Yes.
Is it not so?
Yes, absolutely.
They can do the work, the same work of the deputy commissioner.
That is why the principal secretary is there.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then he is senior to this deputy commissioner. He is the rank of a divisional commissioner. The principal secretary is, and that is the reason why in the MOU also it is said that a divisional an officer of the rank of a divisional commissioner should be the principal secretary. Now what they are doing is that all the principal secretaries, most of the principal secretaries are the rank of secretary only, not commissioner, and so that they can do anything they like. And those junior officer getting the post of a higher officer is a good thing for them, so they are happy. In BTC also I was the first person to be full-fledged principal secretary. After I worked as a divisional commissioner. Only then I became principal secretary of BTC. I was the first person there. Now after me again, junior officer is appointed. Why they are appointed junior officer? So that they will be able to manipulate whatever they like. This is not good.
Mr. Kathar, I mean, like, I feel we can go on and on.
Yeah.
And I think we'll need to do part 2 and part 3 and I don't know how many parts, because obviously it's the 6th schedule in itself is a knowledge that many of us have lost. So we need to regain that knowledge.
Yes.
And in the future, this kind of discourses, I think that is the way forward. We need to spread it. So I will kind of now like take it back to the beginning where we started and maybe try to slowly, for today's session, we'll try to end it. So APHLC and its movement after the elections, I started with that. Let me take it back there. So right now, one of the things that you are doing is demanding re-election.
Yes.
That is what we are seeing. So, you know, frankly, very frankly, honestly, I'm also seeing that and thinking they are demanding, okay, but number one, why are they demanding? I have some idea, but still more concerning is that is it possible for re-election to happen? Like practically, is it possible? That is one thing. And then why are you demanding the re-election?
Re-election, we are demanding re-election. Actually, we have started demanding it before the election, because as you have said, as I have said, we have known already that Panchayat law has got no power in the 6th schedule area. It is written in Assam Panchayat Act 1994, Section 1, Clause 2. It extends to the whole of Assam in the rural areas except the autonomous district under the 6th schedule. It cannot extend. Why it cannot extend? Because panchayat is only for gaon, for village, management of village. This law is, this Assam Panchayat law. This is for management of village. Our 6th schedule is for management or for constructing a country, a mini country. How can a village man say, how can a Gangbura order the king? Is it not so? This is the same thing. This is the thing. And so, and again, in the Constitution of India, Article 243M, it says, nothing in this part shall apply to the scheduled areas referred to Clause 1 and the tribal areas referred to in Clause 2 of Article 244. 244 and many things is mentioned, and not even in the state of Meghalaya, Nagaland, Mizoram, this panchayat law cannot have any power there. It is for outside 6th schedule of outside tribal area, and it is written in Article 243 TZ also it is written. Now, this is the last so-called election. We say it is so-called election, illegal election. It was conducted under Panchayat law by State Election Commission. State Election Commission is was constituted under Article 243K, and in Panchayat law section 114 from here, Panchayat law, it is clearly written that State Election Commission, which has been formed out of Panchayat law, cannot have any power in 6th schedule area. Now, how can he conduct election, the State Election Commission? He has got no power. Now, some people say, it has been written in MOU. But MOU is still not a law. Is still not a law yet. And moreover, this MOU, we must say, signed under the threat of guns by the central government. And under this Indian Contract Act of 1872, 1872, no agreement can be signed by force, by coercion. But it was done by coercion. First, they were made to be extremists and kill people, extort money. And after that, with that law, with heinous crime, they are bound, and now you sign the agreement, whatever we write. That's what they have done. These MOUs, MOS are not legal matters. These are under Contract Act of 1872. These are illegal.
So, according to the 125th 6th Schedule Amendment Bill, they have not passed the bill yet or introduced it in the Parliament. But in the 125th 6th Schedule Amendment Bill, they are trying to put it there. Which is like they are trying to give the power to the State Election Commission to conduct elections.
But will be against Constitution. A Parliament cannot do anything against Constitution. Parliament has to draw power from the Constitution. If they want to do anything, if they want to enact any law, it has to be it must be under the Constitution. So whatever they do, it will be illegal. And moreover, for us, when Mr. Anand Sharma, as chairman of Standing Parliamentary Committee for Amendment of Constitution, he came to Guwahati. We have submitted our memorandum to him, telling him that we have already filed, we have already got an order from the High Court, and moreover it is written in the mini constitution under paragraph 2 subparagraph 7. We have already have the power, and so we will make our own law for conduct of election and making of electoral rolls for council. The parliament cannot change it, we have told him. And so that particular thing has been written in his report there. It is now in the table, on the table of the parliament. So we hope the parliament will do according to constitution, not according to their whims and something like that.
So you were demanding re-election even before the elections were held?
Yes.
Because you were saying that this is illegal
Yes.
election.
It has to be done. See, it is written here in paragraph 2, subparagraph 7. Provided that until rules are made by the district or regional council under this subparagraph, the rules made by the governor under the paragraph 6, this is this. Election will have to be conducted under this law, not under the Panchayat law. It is not valid. So we have fought that in order to maintain our own autonomy, we demanded that election should be held under this 1951 law, since you have not made our own law. Yes, we do not want this. We want our own law under paragraph 2, subparagraph 7. But since the BJP people have not made it, rather the BJP High Command prevented them, and then their own illegal thing, their own heinous crime has prevented them to make now. So since they have not been able to make, still since that time when we make their law, this law should prevail according to the 6th schedule. 6th schedule is, as I said, it is for constructing our own country. If there is no 6th schedule, there cannot be even Amiki Hills or NC Hills or Dimahasao. So that is what. So we are demanding, and the case is still lying in High Court. We fought. We have filed a case against the governor and the chief minister and others, because it is the governor who issued that illegal notification. We went to the governor. The governor did not meet us. I think he was a bit frightened. He said that I do not know about the law. He said like that. So he refused to meet us. We went to the Minister Hill area. It is a very funny thing, but I must say that we were waiting in his room. As soon as he came to know that we were
after the election, or
no, before the election. As soon as he came to know that we were in his room, he turned back from the door itself, from his own door. He went out somewhere. It happened like that. They refused to meet us, because if they meet us, they will fail. We will win. We know, they know it, because we are fighting under the constitution, as per the constitution only. So we are demanding re-election, and moreover that particular illegal election, especially, not only especially, everywhere, proxy voting, all proxy voting, through proxy voting only, they have made themselves to win the election. And in Bitung Rengthama constituency, that is a constituency of Tuliram Ronghang, he perpetrated all illegal things, fighting, burning and threatening, beating up people. No? He is done like this, all illegal thing. We went to State Election Commissioner, and we told him, why don't you call CRPF if Assam police are not working? They said that I have got no power to call the CRPF and army, because I am only State Election Commission under the Panchayat for village only. A villager, a governor, a village man, say a headman, cannot call out the army. No? It's like that. See, a State Election Commission is a commissioner outside the 6th schedule area. That means as soon as he enters the border of the 6th schedule area, he is an ordinary man. He is just like any ordinary man. He is not a State Election Commission. He has got no power. So the governor cannot ask him to order the Deputy Commissioner of Karbi Anglong. He is within the 6th schedule area, and that State Election Commission, as soon as he entered the Karbi Anglong border, he is an ordinary man. How can he order the Deputy Commissioner? How can he order the army? How can he order the CRPF? So he said that he lamented, yes, I have got no power. See, we knew it, he has got no power, and so he could not control law and order in Karbi Anglong during election. And the observers, he sent observers, engineers, agriculture officer, veterinary officer, Yeah, we respect them. Engineers, veterinary officer, agriculture officer, they are all right. But they have not been trained in law and order matters. They do not know what to do. They do not know how to order the SP. Whenever we are in government of India, I was also election observer. We can order the deputy commissioner because we are senior to the deputy commissioner there. We order the SP, DC, everyone. Now they cannot do anything. They are below the deputy commissioner, below SP. How can they order? In fact, some of them may be below the DSP also. How can they order? And so there are full, complete disorder in Karbi Anglong during the election. That is why we want re-election. Re-election on 2 points. Because the illegal election was also conducted very illegally and very atrociously. And another thing is the election itself has been conducted illegally under Panchayat law. This is the 2 points. That's why we are demanding re-election.
And I see that you are holding out rallies also in different places, and you're getting a lot of support from the people.
Yes.
And that is very surprising because, you know, I mean, what happens is after elections, normally you see that people also go silent.
Yes.
You know, suppose someone has voted for a party, but that party did not win.
Yeah.
But after election, they will try to act like they voted for the winning party.
Yes.
You know, no one wants to openly show themselves like I support and I voted for this party which lost.
Yes.
But now, while you might have lost the election, but you're gaining support of people and people are coming out in rallies in huge numbers.
More than before.
So that is what we are observing.
Yes, yes.
So, you know, we'll try to end here, but I would like to end on a positive note, and I would want to know from you that in spite of surrendering all these powers in different stages all throughout, do you still have hope that 6th schedule can still be, you know, like people, the tribal people, with the help of 6th schedule, can still redeem themselves?
I think so, because we are lots of us, not only here. Now the people of Leh, Ladakh and Kargil, they are also demanding 6th schedule. And Arunachal Pradesh, they are demanding 6th schedule. And Mizoram, they are re-demanding 6th schedule now. So I think we all will be united. Perhaps Nagaland may come to term with that later on, because they are demanding a separate constitution. So by a little modification of the 6th schedule, make it bigger than what it is now. They call it district council. Instead of that, some assembly like that in 6th schedule itself, I think the Naga people may accept. And so if we all fight together, we are, and I think the people of 5th schedule in Jharkhand, they are also demanding for 6th schedule. Yes.
So now people are demanding and we have already got it.
Yes, got it.
So in that way, to see the positive in the negative, we are in a better position than most places also.
Yes.
Most people also.
Yes. We should not be downhearted. After all, we are fighting. Why? We are not going to do something against India. We are going to do something for India. We cannot do. All our small people, tribes people, poor, everything, we cannot do something big for India. We are doing this part of India. We are contributing, is it not so, to the country?
Yes.
That is what we are trying to do.
You know, this passion for 6th schedule and also Article 244A.
Yes.
We could not talk in details about Article 244A. Maybe let's keep it for the next talk. There is also the reason why I wanted to do this talk with you and planning to do this talks with more people in the future is because, see, I am also part of a political party right now. I am in the Congress party. I am a member of the Autonomous Council. But, you know, the thing is, I feel now is the time where we have to unite. Keep aside all our political ideologies, the national party political ideologies, and then, you know, concentrate on the 6th schedule. And I think, I feel very comfortable talking to the APHLC because APHLC is all party hills,
yes.
but all party is interesting.
Yes,
you know. So APHLC can maybe now do that. You know, all parties.
Yes.
We welcome you.
Yeah.
All the leaders of the all the hill leaders
all the hill
of
leaders.
all parties.
Yes. All
you
parties.
might be in your party right
Yeah.
now, but you know, let's see, let's unite and see what can happen.
Yeah.
You know.
In the beginning also, when APHLC was made, it was combined of Congress, CPI, and Socialist Party, and then this Tribal League people, all together, several parties joined together, form APHLC. Now we are saying, we are open to all other parties to come if they support the ideology and the motive, the objective that we are going to, we are trying to achieve.
So who knows, APHLC can now maybe unite Congress and BJP also,
yes,
do the
yes,
unthinkable. Yeah. So on that note, I think we'll end it here for today, and looking forward to more such discussions with you, Mr. Kathar, in the future. Thank you so much for being with me.